a little treacherous out here.
Oh my word, this is delicious. I know that they're gonna love this. Good morning. Today I thought I would show you, I'm gonna try making fruit leather. Last year in September, I canned a bunch of applesauce with maple and cinnamon, maple syrup and cinnamon. So, but I used McIntosh apples, and I learned something from this. McIntosh apples are great for like apple cider. They're a little tart for applesauce and apple butter, although our apple butter is amazing. It's a little tart. So I thought, why don't I just use the applesauce, since our family's not a huge fan of it. I think it's great, but we don't eat a tremendous amount of applesauce, and we put it on things like pancakes and waffles and stuff like that, and we just don't eat a large quantity of those things. But I thought, why not use the applesauce for apple fruit roll-ups and my dehydrator. So I'm going to do that. Now it takes anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, and I'm thinking more like 8 hours to actually dehydrate it enough. So I'm not going to put the camera on for 8 hours by any means, but I am going to get it going, and then when it's done and we're wrapping up, I'll bring you back for that whole process, because, well, it would be like watching paint dry, except applesauce dry. So anyway, I'm going to come over here, and right here, just this is how easy it is. So we want to do the temp between 135 and 145, or maybe it's 125 and 135. I better check. Hold. Yeah, so the temperature that I need to dehydrate the applesauce at to get leather is between 125 and 135, between 4 to 8 hours. I'm thinking it's more going to be along the 8-hour line, just because drying the fruit that I have dried, which is oranges, apples, and bananas, it took longer than what at least the one book that I did have that came with my dehydrator took. So I did get a different book, by the way, for dehydrating recipes, and I'm really excited about it. But in this new book that I got, which I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so this is the book that I got, and here it says to dehydrate at 125 to 135 for 4 to 8 hours. So I'm gonna give that a shot. There's not going to be orange in this. This is just the applesauce that I made last year in September. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Okay. Up here you'll see my settings. I'm going to go on, and I'm going to do temp. Let's take it down to 135. Time. We're going to go ahead and doesn't really allow me to choose much more than that. So I think I'm going to do 825, because I think that that's going to be probably pretty good. This will give it time to warm up. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this going. So you can see here that I have these rubber or silicone drying sheets, and they're very flimsy. They're specifically for my dehydrator. So my dehydrator comes with, I'll show you here, it comes with these grated, or these metal things, and of course this applesauce would run right through it. So I went and purchased the sheets that go over the top of these, and they have a little bit of a lip, and we will just open up the applesauce, pour about 1/4 to 3/4 inch Applesauce, I'm not going to do anything that would go over this amount, so this is going to be pretty thin. And then we'll dehydrate it on these. This, I have 12 racks. I think this gives me like maybe 7 or 8 silicone trays. Alright, so I'm going to open up one of my jars. Beautifully sealed. Oh, if you could smell that, you'd love it. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and push some of this out. I don't know how much one tray will make. Hopefully I don't make a mess. This might be too much. Just gonna so yeah, still quite a bit of snow outside. You can see earlier in the video Edward fell in the snow. It's kind of thick in some areas and thin in other areas, and makes it difficult to walk in when you're pulling a sled. I'm glad he didn't get hurt or anything, but you know what? It's liquid. It's liquid. It's just pure gold when one of us falls on camera. And I was concerned when he told me about it. I was like, did you get it on camera? That was my first thing, not like, are you okay? And I think it's funny. Look at that. I think that turned out great. I think it's pretty even. I wouldn't do more than that. I'm going to go ahead and set that there. I'll go ahead and put this tray into the dehydrator. Right, so I have it warming up. It's okay that you put them in while it's warming up, I think. And I'll go ahead and I'm going to take a few of these out because they're going to get warm. So I could probably get a total of 4 in there. I think Paisley's going to be thrilled. She loves this kind of stuff. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up another silicone. So there's 2 on there. So I'm going to try and make it so that there's only 1. I'll go ahead and put this on here. And I think we could probably do 2 per jar. I know I have more applesauce, so I might do more than this, but let's just see if this works first before we use a whole bunch of applesauce. Because I would hate to waste. I mean, it won't go to waste. All of it will be yummy and edible, but I would just hate to, because it is good. I think it's good. See what I can come up with here. I'm hoping that it's pretty even. Alright, let's put this one in. Okay, we'll go ahead and get this one in. It's getting warm in there. It doesn't take long for this thing to heat up at all. Alright, let's get the next one tray off. Do the other one. So let me see if I can get a little bit more out. This jar is pretty much empty. And then let's get this one. So if you guys have ever made, oh, it's so good. So delicious. If you guys have ever made fruit roll-ups before, leave a comment, or if you know, have any tips or tricks for your dehydrator and different recipes you use, leave a comment in below, because it would be really cool. I'm just starting out in this journey, you know, so I don't know like a lot of tricks and stuff. I know that you can dehydrate meat, which I'm very interested in, especially for like making dog treats and stuff like that. Not that we don't like dehydrated meat, and they make great snacks and stuff like that, but we have 2 very big dogs, and then we have Charlie living here, and I think having dog treats where we're not having to spend a tremendous amount of money on dog treats would be really helpful, especially when we can make a large quantity. But yeah, it looks like the standard preserving for dehydrated foods and meats is 3 months, which is not long enough for me to make it for everything, but a lot of things won't even last 3 months, you know. So but the things that I am excited about doing that will be beneficial with this is what I'm doing here, creating healthy snacks for my family and stuff like that, and utilizing the food harvest in a better and more complete way. Juicy on the bottom. So I don't know if you can tell on the camera that there was some good amount of chunks. I had a hard time getting the apples to break down because it was just the wrong kind of apple. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a wrong apple, but there is. So, you know, I learned something. Macintosh apples for like apple cider are perfect. So it does have a real cidery taste to it, which isn't bad. It's good. It's just, I think this is a better way to use up some of what we have, so we're not going to the grocery store to buy our snacks, but using what we harvested as our snacks. Just trying to make sure I don't have any thin areas there. Alright, we'll get this one in. So that is the 4 trays of the fruit leather that I'm hopefully am going to be successfully making. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and catch you when they're done, and we'll pull it out and see if we ended up with fruit leather. So that could be really cool if we do. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Good morning. So I let the dehydrator go for about 9.5 hours instead of just 8 hours because they were just slightly underdone, and then I let it cool overnight, and I'm here in the morning and I'm gonna see how it looks. So here, let me show you. So there's, if you can see, there's no moist spots. It's completely dry, and that's what we need in order to peel it successfully off of the silicone. And see how easily that comes up. So we're gonna go ahead and get these wrapped up, and let's take all the trays out and make us some fruit roll-ups. Do really well with this, so I haven't made these before, and clearly my wax paper is, I don't know that wax, I think parchment paper is what we need. So let me go get some parchment paper real quick. Alright, so I don't have parchment paper, I just have the wax paper, so we're going to use what we've got. So the nice thing about this is if I hold these up here, this wax paper is the perfect width just to go over the edge of the dehydrated applesauce. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut the edge of this off here just so I can have a clean edge. It hasn't been handled really. And then I'm going to cut a little off longer on the bottom because I don't know if this is going to be too short or not. So we're going to go like this. Let's see. I can take this off. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it on camera. Whatever we're going to try, it's all on camera. Let's go up a little bit like that, and then I can just lift this right off like so. Look at that, it came off so clean. Then I will take this side, roll it up like this. Now I hope I didn't make leather in it. It's still malleable enough to roll. And then I will just roll it up, I guess. So I think where I'm going to run into the problem with wax paper, it's not going to stay rolled up maybe. It'll be more easily unrollable. But we'll find out. Here we go. We get a knife. And I'm wondering if I should get some tape and then just tape the end for the sake of it. I'll see though. Doesn't want to cut very nicely, but it does. So look at, there we go. Fruit roll-ups. So I think I can get some tape and just put a small piece of tape on the end so that they stay like this. And then that will work. So let me make some more here.
little shinier. Looking just for some moisture, there's not much.
The great thing about the dehydrator is when you're raising your own food, you have a lot of stuff, right, that you need to deal with, and you can end up with a lot of waste if you're not careful. This is going to give us another way to use up some of our harvest that we have in ways that we will enjoy as a family. So we like dried fruit, and now specifically mangoes. We really enjoy those as a family, but I'm not growing mangoes. We're in Maine. It's not going to work that way. But we do enjoy other dried fruits as well. So this will allow me to make granola, other dried fruit chip snacks. It'll allow me to dehydrate stuff out of the garden for different things. I can make soup blends that are dehydrated using some carrots and some peas and some onion and celery and stuff like that. So I can dehydrate actual soup blends. So when I'm making soup during the winter and stuff like that, I can easily just throw in a bag of soup blend and not have to do all the prep work that takes. And believe it or not, when you're growing your own food and then cooking it all, it can be time consuming, and I still work. I work full time, and so I need to be smart about how I go about this so I don't get burned out. All right,
Time to go refill the pig's barrel. With all this snow, we've kind of held off a little bit on refilling the barrel just because wait for it to get a little easier to maneuver around, but I think we've reached that point where we just have to do it. So that's what I'll be doing right now. Time to grab the sled. It's a little treacherous out here. Well, as you can see, the bottom of the barrel is pretty much showing there. I'll go ahead and get this filled up. All right, well that was easy. Barrel much more full. So that's always a good thing. And the pigs are always happy when we get a full barrel. Hey El Hikito, you coming to help now that the work's all done? You good? All right, buddy.
All right, so here's the fruit roll-up, and I don't know if my camera is going to focus there. And then this is what it's like when you unroll it. And of course, because it's wax paper, it just slides right off. And so you can almost see through it. Well, you can't really see through it. Anyway, let's see if you can. It's almost like a leather, not a. Oh my word, this is delicious. I know that they're gonna love this. I wish you could taste it. So the applesauce that I made with Macintosh apples, and the apples didn't break down like a normal applesauce apple, so it left little teeny chunks of tart apple that was better suited for apple cider. This has cinnamon and maple cider flavor. It's so good. It's almost like a cinnamon maple cider fruit roll-up. Absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and subscribing to our channel. I really appreciate all the support that you guys have. If you guys have any ideas that you would like me to use the dehydrator for, throw it in the comments below. I'm just getting my fingers wet. So anyway, thank you again and have a glorious week. Bye.